In 2000, we bought an abandoned 100-acre farm in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. We spent years cleaning it up, built a new house, and now are trying to make it a functional homestead farm. Welcome to Red Tool House.
Well, we've reached a point where it's weaning time. I have the piglets in this weaning pasture, which is a small area that we fenced off, have them secured, have them separated from the mamas, so obviously we can wean. And during that time, that's when I like to worm. I use injectable wormer. So while I've got them kind of roped off in that small area, I usually, what I like to do is wait till they're kind of hungry. So like in the morning, we'll worm them. They'll have eaten all their feed down to this evening, so tomorrow they'll be extra hungry, so they'll kind of hang around in a certain spot there so I can worm them. So what I do is I use injectable wormer, and one of the things, you know, the old adage, you get what you pay for, really holds true here in this situation. What happened last year when I was worming my last litter, I got on Amazon and just got this doser. It seemed pretty inexpensive. I think it was 20 bucks. And I thought, well, this will be great. It's $20. We don't need to buy a real fancy expensive one. And you can dial it in from anywhere from 1 cc to 5 cc's. And I thought, that's all I need, no big deal. And I thought that'll be good for my dosing. Well, what I discovered is when you have the weight of the liquid, the weight of the medication in there, if I can see just by shaking it, it's coming down there, that I would be focused on my pig and be holding it up like this. And before I realize it, the plunger of the syringe has come down so far that I've sucked a lot of air in, and I'm getting ready to inject air into my pig. Obviously not a good idea. So you get what you pay for there. The $20 version looks neat, looks like it'd function well, not so much. So what I've done is upgraded to the $60 version. I got this off QC Supply, which is a really good farm supply store. A lot of good details. You can kind of tell if something's going to be good if they offer parts for it. This one, my back pocket, not a lot of parts. This one you can get a part for every single thing. Same thing, adjustable from 1 to 5 cc's or milliliters, and it'll allow me to dose. Now you may be wondering, if you've never injected a pig, how in the world do you get a pig to hold still while you stick it in the neck with a needle? There's no needle in there, obviously. How do you get a pig to stand still? With a wormer, with the injectable wormer, the norvermectin, we want that right in the muscular tissue, 90 degrees back from the ear, just right in the soft muscle tissue there. That's where we want to inject it. There's a handy little thing called a slap shot. And the slap shot, the guy that made this is an absolute genius, but it's real simple. It takes a lure lock, which is just a twisted lock point. So you can see it goes right on the end of that. And then I'd put my lure lock, my needle on the end of that, which would go just screw right on the end. So now I've got an extension cord basically for my needle. The one thing you have to take in consideration is this rubber tubing holds 2.5 milliliters or cc's of medication. Comes a cell. So when you dose, camera hog. So when you dose, you got to make sure that you're taking that in consideration. Obviously, you don't want to start with air in that. That would be bad for the pig. So in this situation, I've got 22 piglets that they each need 1 cc of worming medicine. So that should be 22, but actually I'm going to go to 24.5 in the syringe. I'll fill the syringe up to 24.5, and then of course bump it down, squeeze it till I see all the fluid coming down to the end of my needle, actually get some squirting out of my needle. So the neat thing about a slap shot is I can just, with that needle, you can see it has this extra disc on it, I can just take that in between my fingers and just come right up to a pig, and I can just smack it right in the neck. So bang, I'm injecting that needle into the muscular tissue and then just giving this a squeeze. And what that does, that allows, obviously the pig's going to react and take off, but you've got some slack here. So as that pig runs, you can either step a little bit forward with it while you're giving this a squeeze, or you just let it go and it pulls it right out. So it keeps you from having to try to stick a needle in a pig's neck without bending the needle, breaking the needle off in the pig's neck. That'd obviously be a bad gig. So this thing is awesome. Slap shot. I'll post links in the show notes as to where you can find it. I haven't seen it local. None of the local farm supply stores carry this and get it online, but it's I think it's like 10 bucks. I mean, it's a lifesaver. I love it. Use it for everything. But definitely slap shot and a good syringe, dosing syringe. This one will take up to 50 milliliters, so I can dose I can dose up to 50 piglets, obviously, before having to come back. My big sows, it's even enough that I can handle the dose on them. Obviously, you're going to be given quite a few squeezes to dose a big 600-pound sow, but really works well. I definitely recommend giving that a try. If you've got to dose, you've got to medicate anything, inject anything into an animal that likes to take off, then this would be the ideal thing to use. They're really handy. All right, so it's next morning. We're going to try to worm the piglets while we've got them in this smaller pasture here. And the game plan is to distract them, obviously. Of course, they're chewing on my pants leg right now. Ow, little sucker. We'll fill up the feeder. The feeder's empty right now, so hopefully that'll get them excited about food. They'll just kind of hang out there, and we can go around and inject them as we go through that process. So first thing we'll do is put the food in. Bunch of pigs. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to fill up the syringe with noromectin, and using the slap shot, we've got to take into consideration that this will hold 2.5 milliliters or cc's, whichever, of medicine. So we can either put the slap shot on and then pull it out of the bottle and set it to the 22 that I need for 22 doses, and it would obviously fill the hose, or I can go ahead and go to 24.5 and then put the hose on. I'm going to do that direction because I like to make sure I got zero air in this line. Okay, I have 25 milliliters of worming medicine in the syringe. Now I'm going to attach the slap shot, and I'll just take the needle out if I can. I'm sticking myself in the finger. Okay, again, the way the slap shot works is you take your needle and you put it on the end, which is going to be the business end. We'll just tighten it up there, and then we've got the end that attaches to the syringe itself, just screws over. So you can see I've got this bit of extension. So now what I want to do is get all my air out, obviously. So I'm just going to dose, and I can see my medication progressing along. There we go. So my rusty trusty sidekick here is going to mark with a paint stick as I inject. This guy right here, okay? Okay, there's one. Do this one. Hang on, what? Okay. That one, did you get a good mark on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do this one right here. Wait. There we go. Okay, we got everybody dosed except for one. We've got one straggler down over the hill, one of the runts, so they're last to eat, so they hang out. So I'm not going to chase them all over the place. We'll wait till the big boys get their food, and then we can get it. But really impressed with how this works. As I mentioned earlier, you get what you pay for in this situation. $65 compared to the one that was $20. No bleed off. Just heavy duty stainless steel. Really feels formidable. So it works well. The only thing you got to watch with this is when you jerk a needle out, don't come back and stick yourself in the hand. So I got a dose of worming medicine as well. So we'll see how that works out. But really good. Like I said, I'll post the show notes in the show notes. I'll post this one off QC Supply. Really good good doser, and then of course the slap shot, which I highly recommend. You see in the video how as we inject, we can just kind of step back and be able to squeeze our dose in pretty quick, and it does disperse quite quickly. So that's how that works. Well, that about does it for this time. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up down at the bottom. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. That helps us be found, helps get some more information out about these videos that we're putting out. We'd appreciate that. If you want more information about the farm, some backstory, some back history, you can visit redtoolhouse.com. If you'd like to follow us on Facebook, just go to facebook.com/redtoolhouse and give us a like there. We hope that you just spread the word and let people know about these videos. If you're local and you would like to order product from us, sign up for our email newsletter at redtoolhouse.com. You'll see a button at the bottom there that says sign up. Just drop your email information in there and we'll be able to communicate with you that way. Hope this was useful information. Take care.